For me, one of my more recent, bigger ones was done by a buddy of mine named Evan, and it's just this nice little magnolia. I was born in Alabama, and my family moved away from there, but I still spent every summer there because my dad was convinced I'd get into too much trouble if I stayed home with all that time on my hands. He was right. And so I lived with my grandmother, and right outside they had this house in Florence, Alabama, and later they moved to Montgomery. But when they were in Florence, there were these crazy magnolia trees, and they're the best trees for climbing. So anytime I see it, I think of her. On the other hand, I have one for my grandfather here, which is done by Tommy Helm out of New York. Great detail work there, but just the anchor and the helm. The reason I got the anchor for my grandfather was my family they're boat builders, and then so I grew up. I mean, we lived. They called it the launch site, like it's where they would first put the boats in the water, make sure they didn't sink and that they worked. So that's why I got that for him. So Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, ever since I was a little kid. The first song I ever remember taping off the radio onto a cassette tape and then listening back to it and writing all the words down so I could sing it correctly. The first one was Last Dance with Mary Jane. So then we did this tour around the same time that they were doing what ended up being their last tour. And I had my phone and my computer, and I'm looking up dates here of their tour, and I'm looking up our tour, and then I'm looking, okay, well, we have a day off here. Could I fly to here? Could I see the show? Could I come back? Because we were just all over the place, and it didn't work out. Basically, I just didn't spend the money on the plane ticket. And then, he passed away after that tour, so I never got the chance to see him. So since we're at Inkcarceration, I'll show you this one, which I'll start booking appointments. You can check me out on Instagram or Twitter, Adam Dam Lazzara, that's my name. So if you look right down here, there's a nice little Heartbreaker logo that I did all by my lonesome. I also did that one just to see if I could do it, and then like an hour into it, I'm like, what am I doing? This is the worst. We used, we did it. We take this mountain trip every year. It's like a no technology weekend. We go up to Boone, which is in North Carolina, or like right outside of Boone, and we rent this cabin. And then so we just take guitars and a lot of art supplies, and then just that was when we did it. We were just on this beautiful porch, this wraparound porch, and it's looking out over the Blue Ridge Mountains, and because we were like almost at the top of the mountain, almost at the top. One day we'll get to the top, but we were almost there, and then we're looking out. It's this beautiful thing, and then just stick and poke, real cool civilized men. I also have a Harry Potter tattoo. You want to see that one? A Harry Potter tattoo is from a Prisoner of Azkaban. The books. We did this one tour, and on that tour, we had a lot of time on our hands, so I read the whole Harry Potter series in those 8 weeks. So once we got to the Atlanta show on that tour, a buddy of mine, her name's Danielle DiStefano, and she tattoos in Atlanta. And so she gave me this Prisoner of Azkaban here, which is pretty fun. But so.